Directly beneath your feet sits a world of classified military vaults, forgotten industrial infrastructure, and structural anomalies history tried to erase. And we will uncover the most unusual, dangerous, and illegal underground discoveries. During excavation, this red metal safe was unearthed deep underground. It clearly wasn't meant to be found. After opening, inside, treasure hunters discovered stacks of cash, classified files, and a hidden handgun. Lots of CDs. It raises way more questions than answers. The next ones are more insane. In a high-crime area where divers pulled a heavy bag weighted down with 97 kilograms of dumbbells from freezing water. Inside, a literal criminal arsenal. They found a disassembled AR-15, a Tech-9, and a revolver with defaced serial numbers. The shock team handed them straight to the police. When recovery teams pulled this 80s red Firebird from a river, they were shocked, as it hides an even darker story. They found a concrete block deliberately wedged onto the gas pedal to frame it as an accident. Stripped of its VIN and plates, this steel ghost was clearly meant to vanish forever. And in waterlogged marshlands of the Missouri River, diggers recovered World War II rifles, preserved by thick mud for over 75 years. Every single piece still bears the original markings from the active battles that left them there. Deep beneath a busy city, professional explorers made a jaw-dropping discovery. 25 old coal train cars sitting in a completely flooded mine tunnel. Rising water and deadly hydrogen sulfide gas sealed these carts off from the world forever. Once used in USA minery, now left to rot. But nothing compares to this guy finding submarines where they don't belong. This explorer found the skeletal remains of Soviet submarines, left directly on the assembly line inside a derelict naval factory. The project was canceled mid-build, leaving this factory as a massive steel tomb. Kayakers paddling out in open water spotted a mysterious submarine sitting right below them. After researching, they found it was a rogue spy sub that lost its steering and got stuck in shallow water forever. Or how about hitting metal underground and realizing it's a vehicle? These diggers unearthed an entire 1985 dirt bike buried completely under the dirt. The frame and engine block are surprisingly solid, sparking a full zombie bike restoration. Traces of Luftwaffe winter camouflage were still visible on the Bf-109G2 when it was pulled from the water. It spent 74 years sitting on a lake bottom after its pilot made a frozen ice belly landing back in 1944. A group of people pulled two rare World War II vehicles, an SD KFZ 250 and an SD KFZ 7 tractor from the muck using heavy machines and an amphibious vehicle. They spent 3 days desludging the site, and surprisingly, the 250 is in such great condition that they aim to restore it and see it working again, serving the nation. A kayaker randomly found the SS Selma, a massive historical oil tanker launched the day World War I ended. This military beast never saw combat and worked as a civilian vessel until its last day of its demise. Let's sneak a look inside a private museum in Estonia that houses legendary Soviet steel monsters like the T-34 tank and the MTU-20 bridge layer, sitting on a massive estate once tied directly to Estonia's very first president. Some of these armored war machines are still so functional that visitors can actually book a ride in them. Bunker Valentin, near Bremen, stands as Germany's largest freestanding bunker, stretching 426 meters long, with walls over 4 meters thick. Over 10,000 workers built it between 1943 and 1945 to assemble Type 21 submarines on a massive assembly line. But Allied bombers blasted through the roof in March 1945 before a single vessel could ever be finished. These guys bought a cheap boat from a mysterious sailor to reach No Man's Fort, to sneak into an abandoned $4 million luxury hotel fort out at sea. Inside, they found fancy, rotting rooms packed with old antiques, a massive steel time capsule completely cut off from the world. Step behind the gates of this historic estate, where a French gendarmerie officer's entire life was completely left behind. Explorers walked inside the abandoned house to find personal belongings, old uniforms, official documents, and photographs scattered across every single room, looking as if the owner walked out one afternoon and never came back. It looks exactly like a parking lot built for giants from the sky. But this is actually the world-famous Mojave aircraft graveyard. Dozens of massive Boeing 747s and retired commercial airliners are lined up across the dry desert sand, stripped clean of their valuable electronics and engines. Hidden deep inside a thick Russian forest lies a mysterious 18-meter fiberglass sphere. Investigators believe this giant dome was actually a Cold War radar station that was accidentally dropped into the trees when its transport cables snapped mid-air. This next discovery takes us all the way back to 1952, inside a dark, underground cheese cellar. Explorers descended into the pitch-black corridors to find the original wooden aging racks still standing next to collapsed ceilings, and the air still holds the musty 100-year-old scent of the thousands of cheese wheels that used to ripen down here. Inside an abandoned Soviet bomb shelter, explorers found a working-grade teletype machine, heavy hermetic blast doors, and vintage radios. Everything had been left behind when the bunker was sealed a decade ago. Yet for some strange reason, the lights were still completely turned on. Deep inside Lithuania, explorers uncovered a secret, abandoned aviation hub, where old Soviet wings are still quietly waiting for the sky. The hangar is packed with disassembled helicopters, gliders, and archives from 1982. But some aircraft show signs of active restoration, and active motion sensors prove someone is still secretly visiting the site. Emerging silently from the brutal Antarctic ice, the tail section of the Pegasus C-121 has been slowly sinking into the frozen landscape for over 50 years. Back in 1970, this massive aircraft was involved in a horrific wipeout crash landing, but miraculously, all 80 people on board survived the impact.